first person.
And since I already had Jane, you had to come up with somebody else, right?
Yeah.
And if we threw in a little time travel, then, you know, Ethan and Jane might get to meet. That's another story. Okay, that's good. What about the place of violence? Now, all of you have it in your books, but it's in kind of in different measures, should I say, different quantities at a time. And how do you approach that? And when do you feel as though, oh, that's too much? Or, you know, well, we know James doesn't think there is, but in any case.
No such thing as too much.
But in any case, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
Okay. So,
what is the role of violence, and how do you decide
Sure,
how
I'll
much
go first.
Yeah.
You often just can't have too much. In my case, my bad guys are predators, and so when they go bonkers or off the deep end or whatever word you want to use, psychotic, they attack human beings and they take them down, and it's not pretty because they're predators. So Jen Yellowrock, when she goes after someone who is hurting a human, has no problems with meeting violence with violence, and I use a lot of it. That said, in the book I'm writing now, there's much less violence, and I think that's because there's been so many shooting sprees across the nation, and I'm finding myself drawing back from it some.
Again, I'm silent broken language. To a certain degree, I feel like I'm constrained by the time in which I'm writing. I would love to write books in which I blow shit up. But blowing shit up in colonial Boston doesn't work as well. And so the violence in Thief Taker is somewhat cleaner. It's no less disturbing. There's a lot bad things happen to good people. And there's a lot of pain inflicted. A lot of it done by magic. But the overt violence is somewhat understated because that seems to me to blend as well as possible with my setting.
Well, for me, it varies book to book. It depends on the characters who are involved in each and every project. One of the things that I generally don't do is, well, I don't think I've ever done it, I don't kill children. Just, you know, I'm a mother, and it's a very sensitive thing for me. Occasionally children do have to die, but it's usually in the distant past, like 11,000 years ago past. But I really try not to do that. In Infinity, where we had some of the YA books where we have kids, they refuse. I got to go to school with them. I know their parents. I can't kill him. My God, I got to, you know, my mother, I ate a hamburger. She was a vegetarian, and I had 2 weeks suspension for that. Can you imagine if I killed a classmate, how long I'd be grounded for? So it really depends. I do like to look crap up, I have to say. In season 9, the body count was so high that my editor's like, you know, they'd be calling out the National Guard. It's Mardi Gras. We need a bloodbath.
The Deacon Chalk books, I mean, they're very violent. I do not shy away from any of that. They're born actually in violence. I mean, the character of Deacon Chalk, his family was killed 5 years ago. He went hunting down the monster that did it. A lot of stuff happened. He died, was resurrected, came back with some powers, and then killed the monster. And since then, he has hunted monsters because he has a death wish. He's Catholic, he wants to go be with his family, but he can't kill himself. So he throws himself at monsters, hoping one of them will take him out one day so he can go and be with his family. So they're birthed in violence, and I don't shy away from that. But I'll tell you the scariest scene that I wrote in book 2, the most violent thing is a Barbie doll. Yeah, nothing really violent happens, and it is the spookiest scene that I wrote in that book. So sometimes it's the quiet that's scarier than the violent.
It's the anticipation. I figured I'd wait just a minute for that. Hey, we can pretend that they're, you know, cheering for us. Yeah. I have no idea.